Hey friends, it's been a little bit since I've been around, but as you heard, I'm Pierce Landfear. I was here since I was born, long ago, 2001, and attended here until 2019 when I graduated from high school and went off. But as this church looks ahead to its 25th anniversary in a few weeks, I was asked to give a testimony on the impact that Trinity has had on me throughout the years I was here. So, when I left and went abroad, I went abroad to Indiana. I attended Purdue, and when I was there, they rolled out a big campaign called Giant Leaps, which was kind of talking about their aeronautical and space program and all that stuff. And the way they were saying Giant Leaps kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because from what I had seen, successful work and design and all that stuff comes from small steps of intentionality, not through just like random giant leaps of things happening. And so that is what Trinity has been to me, is intentional. So I was what some would call heavily involved in our youth group, too involved, detrimental to my grades, involved with the board game nights I would go to and run all the time. I was involved in a mascot-like capacity for how involved I was at the youth group, where my face was put on sweatshirts that were bought and sold. They were the prized items. Yeah, that was a Christmas edition one with the elf hat, but at the White Elephant party. And I was at everything. And so every Mojnick, every RYM, every mission trip, every year at the camp, every year at Nest, just everything, every Bible study. And so that was just me being involved in the community, but the intentionality was from the leadership and the youth leaders that made that happen. So that started like in 6th grade with Matt Brown driving to the youth retreats for Mojnick, and then in middle school, Ben Lyon running. I would walk home from Blair, and we'd walk to the church, and we'd play board games. We'd play a lot of Power Grid. And then high school, Jenny Warnley opened up her house at 5 a.m. before school to run a Bible study. Just wild to do that. But those aren't giant leaps. Those are small steps. And so when I was 1 year old, I was in a baby carrier at like the first year we did the camp, and that was when it was at Park Place. And in 2019, the last year it was held, I was a student leader there. And so that is my entire lifetime of the church being intentional towards a community in our city. And those are small steps as well. So when I was in college, and now that I'm off working, I've tried to look for spaces and communities that have been around for a while, doing their thing for a while, are intentional in their communities. And unfortunately, I feel like it's rarer than I would like. Trinity, I feel, is a special space where you have the adults, you old people here, and you're doing Nest, and you're doing your own medical or mission trips, and being involved with the service team, involved here and in the city, and in the youth doing youth group stuff. I don't know what it looks like these days, but when I was in mission trips, Mojnick, which is in the fall and the spring, and different events over the summer, but there's all this life between the members of the church, and that's due to the Spirit being amongst the members of the church. And so many churches talk about, and Jack has talked about, having a hope that when the church closes its doors, that the city and the community misses the church for what it had offered. And like me, as I've gone away, like Trinity isn't closing its doors, but even so, it is still missed by the people who have passed through the doors and gone off. And so just thank you to Trinity for showing me being an example of the love and intentionality of Jesus in this community. Thank y'all.